Welcome to Sunny Side Up Yoga with Amy. I'm Amy. Today we are going to focus in and hone in on our groin. Think of those hollows in your center body here. There's a V of muscles that starts at our hip points and runs in. So if you're really tight through the hips, a lot of times it's that sneaky groin. So we're really going to focus in there and let go of some tightness today. You don't need any props. We're going to start on our backs. So let's go there now. And just go ahead and lengthen yourself out and really set your mind on letting go and breathing into this groin area today as we work through these poses. Let's bring our right knee in. You can just keep your left hand on that left hip point for some stability. And you're going to start to circle the right knee. So as you're circling the knee, really think about the groin area and starting to open and release there. And let's do that same thing on the other side. So extend the right leg long, bring that left knee in, right hand to the right hip point, and start to circle the knee and loosening through the hips and into the groin right away. Good. And put both feet down, walk your feet in, kiss the big toes together, and then let the knees fall open. So edges of the feet are on the floor. Knees are falling open, maybe hands onto the thighs to press the knees a little further down toward the ground. And then try to maybe push into the edges of the feet so you can lift the tailbone and roll it back down. So really closing that low back to the floor. Take a few breaths here and just drawing awareness into the areas that we're going to be working today. Like I said, those adductors or inner thigh area, the hollows up into the groin area and the hip creases. We're going to be finishing in this pose as well.
And go.
So let's draw our hands to the outer thighs, press our knees together. We're just going to be transitioning now. So our face is down toward the mat. So however you want to transition onto a tabletop position. And from here, you're going to extend your left leg out to the side, root the edge, and we're going to take some cat-cow here. So inhaling, sinking the belly, lifting the gaze, and exhaling, lifting and rounding. And repeat that. And we'll come to a flat back. Good. Now you're going to turn your heel in and keep your toes open. You're going to start to walk your hands over to the left side. You're probably going to come off the mat, at least with one hand. Now, if you're feeling it enough, you can stay right here. Or two other options, you could bring your hand to that inner thigh or inside of the knee, press it out and look up to deepen the stretch, or you could even come down onto the right forearm. So just decide where you want to be in that. As long as you feel something happening, then you're in the right place, and breathe through it. One more breath on this side. And then you'll walk your hands back to center and bring that knee back under your hip. And we'll go do the same thing on the other side. So extending the right leg out for some cat-cow. So rooting through the edge of that right foot and really breathing into that groin inner thigh area as you work through cat-cow. Good, one more in each direction. And find that flat back. You're going to turn the heel in so toes are pointing open, and you're going to walk yourself over to that right side. Maybe you stay up high, maybe you come down on the forearms, maybe you take the hand and gently press the knee back and away and look up. Good, breathe through that. If you feel yourself holding your breath, you probably picked a part of that pose that is a little too deep for you, so back off so you can breathe. And we'll release and walk back to the center. Here you're going to kiss the big toes together, open the knees nice and wide, and sink back onto your forearms. So you're in a wide variation here of child's pose, and you're going to shift your ribs to the right and think about pushing that knee left. And then switch sides, shifting ribs left, pushing that right knee away, and then move that side to side at your own pace, thinking of creating more length in the hip creases. Couple more times shifting. Now thinking of shifting side to side, lengthening through the hollows. Good. Hold in the center. Press yourself up onto all fours and into the feet so you can bring knees back under the hips. Now we're going to go into frog pose. So now you're going to take your knees as wide as the edges of your yoga mat, maybe even beyond, but this time you're going to keep your knees and your ankles in line. So the feet aren't in, the ankles are right in line with the knees, and then maybe staying up on the palms, maybe coming down to forearms, or maybe coming down a little bit further or all the way to the ground. And then just really work on your sinking breathing here in this deep stretch. Inhaling oxygen to the tissues and joints that are getting your attention. Exhale, allow your body to release and sink. We're going to take one more breath cycle here. Then we'll press up, bring the palms under the shoulders to help lift your upper body. And then we'll bring the knees back in under the hips. And we're going to meet in a downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, sweep your right leg up behind you, put a flex in your foot, bend your knee, and we're going to take a nice hip opener here. So you're going to drop the right heel to the left side. Really think about lifting through the knee and through the hip and getting that nice hip opener. That left heel is reaching toward the floor. And now we're going to turn our knee to center and draw that foot through, plant it between your thumbs and lower the back knee down toward the ground. Good. Right here, we're going to bring our hands inside and walk that foot open, and then it's a variation of a lizard, so you're going to drop the knee open and you're on the outer edge of the foot. Lots of variations here too. You could stay right up here. You could lower down onto your forearms if you want to. You could take that turn and again, gently pressing the knee back and away. So find the variation that feels right for you. Breathe into it. I know this is probably really challenging if you have tight hips. Just means you need to do this more often, right? Have patience with yourself and breathe into it. Okay. Let's plant the palms back down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. We'll sweep ourselves back into a downward facing dog. Kind of walk that out a little bit. And now we're going to take that on the other side. So left leg will sweep up behind, flex in the foot, bend in the knee. Take your hip opener. Really thinking about lifting that left hip up and away. And from there, knee will come back to center. We'll draw it all the way through. Plant the foot between the thumbs. Lower that back knee down. We're going to walk our hands inside and our left foot outside here. And then take the variation that feels right for you. So hang out here or drop to the edge of the foot. Maybe take a turn. Maybe come down onto the forearms. And breathe into that deep stretch. One more breath there. And you'll start to work your way back into a downward facing dog. Walk it out. And from here, we're going to bend the knees, look forward. You're going to step or hop your feet up towards your hands and inhale nice and tall. Good. Let's get into a wide stance here with toes open and heels in, so like a plie squat. You're going to tuck the tailbone, sink down with hands on the insides of the knees or thighs, and gently press the knees back and open here. To deepen that, we're going to drop one shoulder in at a time, so dropping a shoulder in, looking up and over the top shoulder. And then we'll switch and drop the other shoulder in, pressing back on the knees, opening up. Great, bring yourself back to center. We're going to lift the tailbone, bring the toes in, heels will slightly flare open. Lower your hands down to the ground. Now take this nice and slow. I want you to walk your feet open a little bit wider. Nice and slow, you'll start to shift yourself side to side. Now you can keep moving gently side to side with palms staying rooted to the floor and feet rooted to the floor. Or if you want to take it a little deeper into a surfer squat, you'll pick up the foot, let the heel rest on the mat, and get a little bit lower. So you can take that surfer squat or stay up higher. So you're kind of finding some freedom right now in your movement, doing what feels good for you. And then we'll meet back in a forward fold. And from our forward fold, press palms into the mat, walk yourself toward the front of your mat, step back into your downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. We're gonna take one deep yogic squat. So you're gonna step or hop your feet up towards your hands, heels in, toes open, sink the rear. Hands will come to prayer. Elbows will gently press back on the inside of the knees again, encouraging the knees to come open. We'll take one more breath cycle here. And then you'll start to lower yourself down to your mat. Good work. Round yourself back down. Arms can come out to a V. Feet will come to the edges of the mat. And we'll just tap the knees together and open and just swaying the knees a few times here. Closing and opening. And then we're going to finish back where we were toward the beginning of the practice. So walk the feet together and then let the knees fall open in a reclined bound angle pose here. Letting your body completely release and relax. Letting go of tightness. Tightness can make us really irritable, and sometimes we don't even know why we're irritable. So focus your breath here on letting go and releasing. Palms will come to the thighs, knees will press together. We'll bring our knees in, and then you can rock yourself up. And you can give yourself a big thank you. Let's inhale together. Draw to the heart center. Namaste. Oh, thanks for practicing with me, friends. I hope you really feel a super opening from that practice. You can replay this one anytime or check out any of the other videos. I try to keep them all 15 minutes or under, so you can do self-care anytime. You can, I'm sure, find a pocket of your day to work it in. If you haven't already subscribed to my page, hit subscribe. It's free. Hit the bell so you get notifications on when I post new videos. Have a great day.